Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of The Outer Worlds. I'm Colonel RPG, and this is Adelaide McDevitt? That's her name, and she's here in, I don't know that they have a name, but they're the deserters. They left Edgewater, and she's like, hey, if you have troubles with Edgewater, be welcome, and I don't want to hear about your troubles. Just leave them at the gate, and be welcomed here. I'm here to join the camp. Well, I'm not here to join the camp. I have a spaceship to run. You must be Adelaide.
I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Adelaide.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned.
I'm sure it's lovely. It looks like you've made a home for yourself out here.
A home for anyone who's ever turned their backs on Edgewater. A home for those of us with nowhere left to go and nothing to lose. So, like the spores of the puffball, cast on the wind and alighting on fresh soil, we put down new roots.
Why did you leave your old home?
It is an unpleasant story, dear. But the short of it is that sometimes one wakes up and realizes the place that was once her home for much of her life has changed. The home in which we spent our lives has left us behind, and so we must move on. And that is as much as I will say on the subject.
It's interesting. She kind of makes it seem as if they were expelled. Maybe she was. But Reed definitely made it seem like they just left and Reed needs them. Is this your greenhouse?
No, dear. The garden belongs to us all. Life is the gift of the universe, and the universe yields its bounty equally, absent of prejudice.
I'm surprised you've managed to grow anything out here.
The soil around the Vale went sour years ago, but I found a way to sweeten it back up. The secret recipe is a little bit of elbow grease, a dash of love, and a heaping pile of special fertilizer.
Special fertilizer, huh? Okay, yeah, well, Reed sent me to make peace with you.
Reed Thompson? You here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then?
Well, let's see the options I have. You're living off power that belongs to the town. Come back to the cannery. That's about it. Well, that is about it. Well, there's other things. Reed asks you to consider coming back to town. He's willing to make amends. Is he? No, he's not. Something about coming back to town or losing power. I wasn't really listening. Well, I guess the options here, that's the choices that we make. It's not so much about the flavor of the choice that we make. Oh, what the heck is going on just now? I think it's the sun beaming down on us or something. You're living off power that belongs to the town. Come back to the cannery. That's about it.
Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves.
Reed asked me to divert your power over to him. He mentioned a geothermal plant.
He would do such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plans?
I didn't. I mean, sort of. I did. Your camp has a power regulator. I needed to repair my ship.
Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's guts and leave us be. If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do.
She takes me for a fool. That's And that is pretty expected, according to the lines that I said. But I think she does take me for a fool. She's trying to butter me up, as it were. A hero to you, maybe. Yeah, let's try to push that.
A hero to the people who matter. To us. To the ones who come around. To the ones you save. Reed will never understand. He has been too long inebriated on the wine of corporate culture. All he sees is productivity, output, profits.
Let's say I help you. What happens to Edgewater?
Life in Edgewater grinds to a halt. The cannery shuts down, workers desert in droves, and our own little camp grows and thrives.
It's a simplistic view of it, to be honest, but not simplistic, but I don't like what happens after the. This is if that happens, there's a lot of people still on the payroll of the corporation of Spacer's Choice that would come bearing down on them. It is weird that they just let it happen like this. It's weird that Reed didn't come down here and try to get them to stop, or actually they didn't even need to come down up here, I should say, to where they are. They just need to redirect the power. That's all they need, because it's on the another part of the things, the veil, I should say. You think Reed's just trying to spite you?
You bring power to Reed's town and you'll be killing us. Reed knows it. He's counting on it.
Yeah, that's why he said that he wants you back, and I can't point that out. What have you got against the town?
You've seen that miserable excuse for a town with your own lamps. Hollowed out workers laboring their lives away at the cannery, living off whatever scraps Spacer's Choice throws them. You know that's true, don't you, Ms. Holcomb? Your father died of overwork. His heart gave out.
He was tired all the time, sure, but he was old, ma'am, and he raised me all by his lonesome.
Look what they did to this child. Lost her family to the company, and still she defends them.
She's not alone in that, though. Maybe not just in the losing the family, but also in defending them. That is an interesting line, because it is a very common argument, and also an argument, I suppose, that Parvati would say. Let's see what the second one is. I don't much like you throwing that in her face to get me on your side. That is true. Yeah, let's take Parvati's side. Let's see what she says. She's definitely trying to manipulate, well, let's say manipulate me, persuade me, and that's still manipulation. It's just manipulation. It's such an ugly word, isn't it? It's manipulation. But she's trying to convince me of her side. But she does take me, she is throwing very, when I said she takes me for a fool, I mean her arguments, her persuasion attempts are very transparent and obvious. But I still think she doesn't think me very smart. To side with Reed, of course. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. I don't much like you throwing that in her face to get on my side. Or to get me on your side.
I'm alright. I ain't so fragile.
That was unkind of me. I'm sorry, dear.
And now this option. Yes, I'm gonna be able to ask it without much choice, so that's great. What do you have against people trying to make a living?
It's not much of a living. Every single person in that town has sold themselves to Spacer's Choice. The company owns them. Body, blood, and bones. You've been there. You've seen it.
Oh, yeah.
All anyone ever does is toil over a cannery. They give their lives for some heartless corporation, and then they're tossed into a Spacer's Choice brand cemetery.
Forcibly tossed, in fact. And if they kill themselves, then they have to pay the damages to the company. Because of that little text that we read. Also, we have a quest about that, don't we? I'm not sure. I know that we read, one of the first texts that we read was about that. So this is the option here. Yes or no, so far. Let's see what this one is. I guess you have a point.
So, what do you say? Divert power over to us. Shut down that abominable cannery for good.
I'll consider it.
I trust you will listen to your conscience.
I'll listen to other characters try to. I don't know why it became so blue all of a sudden.
Something you need?
Yeah, I was hoping that you'd be able to say something about that. About your dad and stuff. I don't know. Some Adreno. Actually, I would much kindly like that. Oh, don't... Oh my god, that helmet is gonna scare the crap out of me all the time. She said shh. And instead of being the nice soothing shh that you want when you're trying to be quiet, no, it was the sound of Satan. What do we have over here? Personal files. Password required. No problem. Silent Spring is the name of the password. Okay, what do we have over here? May the Eternal bless my first endeavor. It's been 2 days since I walked away from life at the Edgewater Cannery. Fortuitously, the old botanical labs are still operational. Mostly the soil's sour. Excuse the hiccup. I'll do what I can, but I'm going to need some powerful fertilizer. Tired of having to taste the salt tuna lingering on my tongue day in, day out. I want something fresh, something that grows out of the earth. We found another worker from Edgewater, ex-worker now. Desertion rates must be climbing. I'm not terribly surprised. Reed's style of management has always been tyrannical. I imagine an exodus is brewing. At any rate, the worker was in a sorry state. Fever, shallow breath, or breathing. Delirious. Must have been plagued. I set him right with a diet of greens. He was all better in a couple of hours. Physically and spiritually, is one of our flock now. Interesting. I don't think they were plagued, but the game is setting them up as they cure the plague. The Spacer's Choice doesn't. Let's see the experimental notes. First entry. I'm hereby repurposing this botanical lab from its original conception as a gear in the soulless automaton of the corporate machine. This greenhouse may look impressive, but like all Spacer's Choice products, it is cheap and unreliable. I shall have to make some repairs with my own 2 hands. This place shall become a nursery. Before it was abandoned, I understand the horticulturalists failed to reproduce a single viable crop. Something about the soil being too poor. I am determined to find a way. May the Eternal smile upon my endeavors. Flora are living things, as sensitive as their environment as any breathing, thinking body. I contend that the crops in this region failed because the corporate scientists standing to them are cold, heartless, inhumane people, acting on behalf of a sterile and inhumane power. One cannot expect your crops to flush with green and reach for the sky under these conditions. The soil is sour, it's true. I don't know quite how to explain that. I'm sure the scienticians will say something about biology or the carbon cycle. But I can conclude, after months of my own experimentation, that the secret to a rich and wholesome garden is love, attention, compassion, and a natural fertilizer bursting with organic materials, just as nature intended. Yep, that's basically what she told us. And then we have also these super cool-looking machines. I want to have one of these in my room. Look at that thing. Is this the fertilizer? I don't actually... Is it nitrates that you put on soil? You can take nitrate... Well, you can take nitrogen. No, it's not nitrogen. You can. I suppose you can make nitrates just from treating the air. I'm not sure how that would work, or how that does work, in fact. And I'll steal all of your things because I hope the game kind of punishes me for this. To be honest, I want these to matter. I want these choices to be. I want these to be choices because they usually are not. But for right now, it's my choice to take them all. They don't need it. All they need is energy. And maybe I'll take it away as well. I don't know. We'll see. It depends. It depends. Hopefully the quest is going to go on for a little while longer. Instead of just us being at a bypass. Bypass at the sort of fork in the road, as it were. Okay, so that's that for this room. Let's go back through where we came in so I don't get lost as much. Let's look at the map as well. Oh yeah, it's gonna be tricky because it's not an individual map. So we went in there already. It's just a deserter. Oh, hi. Deserter. I wish their names showed up a little bit closer to their heads. So I could... so it would be a little bit easier, basically. There's fizzy tea in here. No, there's not. Ooh. I think I saw. Yes, I did. This. And nobody else in here. Okay. They're not big fans of interior walls separating the rooms. They're just like, we have this unit, and that's where I live. Toilet, that's just... we can see the toilet. Hi. Nope, just deserter. Well, if the it all depends on the pooping technology. If the toilet is good at eliminating smells and stains and hygiene, then you can see the toilet no problem. In fact, you could even have, if the technology was really good, you could even not have a toilet at all. You just have like a thing in your wardrobe, and you pull it out, put it around your waist, do your business, and put it back in if it were good enough. I wonder how it works in space. I know it's it uses suction and other things, but I'm not familiar with.
What do you think you're doing?
Oh, I was just leaving. Bye.
Carry on.
I did not see you there. Your reputation with faction has changed. If enemies are hostile. Oh, they have. Okay, well that's how it goes. Persuasion used. I'm so sorry. Parvati, you could have warned me. Deserter's reputation decreased. How does that work? Reputation. Interesting. They're still neutral. Oh, you can have... oh, that's fine. You can have the 2 marks. That's good. That makes sense a lot, actually. Okay. Smart of them not to say anything about me sneaking. Although that is often put in games so that I know that they see me. Be like, what are you doing sneaking around? A very common saying in Gothic. In the Gothic games. They do that a lot. I think they do that in the Elder Scrolls games as well. Okay, well, that was that. I definitely didn't steal anything. Definitely did not. It's all on the up and up, as you say. And there's another deserter. Okay, so that's just people. Oh no. Curious. I could and probably should have stolen? Close the door outside. Don't mind me. Got a lot of ammo in here, but bits are also really welcome. Oh, light ammo. Good stuff. This is a brewery thingy. That's probably what they were talking about. Cabinet. Good. What Adelaide was talking about. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce her name properly. Adelaide is a Portuguese name as well, and I just pronounce it with a Portuguese accent, or actually has the Portuguese name is pronounced. It's not about the accent. Okay. But that is how the city Adelaide. I can't pronounce it. I'm so sorry. How the city in well, there's probably more than one around the world, but the one in Australia is the only one that I know. They have a chicken somewhere in here, don't they? Oh, there you are. Chicken doesn't... You can talk to the chicken, but chicken doesn't say anything. I didn't say anything either, so it's not like I talked to the chicken, even at the chicken. Cigarette lighter. Nobody sees me. I don't know why I took it. I did. I mean, I know why I took it. I know exactly why. Was I here before? Oh, one of these places must be where Zoe was, or where Zoe lives. So I need to pay attention to that as well. I say lives, I don't know if she's dead or not. We'll look at the journal later. And we also need to talk to Stefan, or whatever. Steven? The other person. Look at that. Are you selling this? This is Stefan. Yes, I remember his name.
You hungry? We got canid ribs, canid flank, canid snout, too. Something I can help you with?
No, not right now. I'm told, one of your, numbers has gone missing.
You mean Zoe? Yeah, we were pretty close. Not like her to go loping off.
What happened on the day Zoe disappeared?
Zoe and I were gonna watch the serials, as is our custom. She never turned up. I looked around, but she was nowhere to be found. You sound like some type of corporate fixer asking all these questions.
Oh, yeah, I do. Tell me about a little about Zoe.
Zoe was always obsessed with this serial. Masked Marketeer. A scion of Byzantium turns to banditry and teaches his marauder companions the wisdom of free market economics. Shame she up and vanished when she did. I had a surprise lined up for her.
I love it. What was that about surprising Zoe?
The other day I got my hands on a genuine copy of the latest Masked Marketeer. I was gonna surprise Zoe with it, but she was gone the next day.
Was she acting strange before she disappeared?
Can't say I recall Zoe ever acting strange. Well, except for her habit of writing things down on scraps of paper. She called it journaling, but I think it's just plain odd.
Sure. There was something else.
Hey, I got time.
That's not lost on me. Also, this, one of the first lines that we got when we came here, it was had an expression that was not worth your time. That is that line over there. Let's see.
I'll help if I can.
If I can ask about Zoe, I don't think I can.
Hey, I got time.
What are you selling?
Fresh off the limb, and that includes canid meat.
Okay, well, I can sell myself. So that's gonna be good. So these are pretty good. I'll sell that. I need to press E. I can also sell everything from here, which is pretty great. 1, 2, 3. Yep, that is pretty great. Okay. What's that over there? Terra-fried Spretzwurst. Base health increase. And a bunch of apples. Mock apples. Sure, I'll sell the apples. For right now. I don't really know if I'm going to be selling a lot of the consumables, though. Just need to figure it out still. Or just going to store them in my ship or something like that. And carry around one single type of consumable. The one that I use or something, I don't know. Shh. The heck's making that noise? Oh, that one needs to be picked. And plasma cutter. Nice. That one is expensive. And good. Unless it's lower level, which I don't think it is. Okay. No, we got more things out here. And that's still stealable. Because it's everybody's. And nobody's. Well, it's definitely mine now. Hi. Oh, it's fine. What are you doing in here? This is Zoe's room. Well, today's the day, Zoe. Today's the day you take your destiny into your own hands. I started with page 22. I've been listening to Grace talk about the Marauder threat. Bands of wild, free-spirited bandits living in camps out in the hills, warming themselves by the light of barrel fires. Probably mounted the heads of their enemies on spikes as a warning to folk like me. Living a life of comfort and ease, free of any rules. I bet they could take the whole region if they were organized. I've been tucking away some of Adelaide's food, and I've got some spare cans of salt tuna. Should last me a couple of weeks if I ration. Got some adrenatime too. Everybody loves adrenatime, even marauders, right? I got odds those marauders will let me throw in with them if I dangle a couple syringes of adrenatime before their eyes. This is gonna be great. Look out, Terra 2. Bandit Queen Zoe's origin story has just begun. I'm gonna have a whole gang of marauders at my neck and call. Maybe at my neck? No, at my back and call as beckoning. Anyway, maybe I can even scare some Rizos. Okay. I wonder how old she is. We haven't seen kids yet, so this game might not have any kids in it because of the reasons. So this is page 12. So that's it then. No more Edgewater for me. No more cannery. No more jumpsuits and gloves, rather. Yes, ma'ams, and would you like another's? I don't know why I'm writing this down for posterity's sake, because I've always hated the cannery, and I don't think I'll ever have to look back to this journal many years hence and tell myself, oh, wow, I did hate the Veil once, didn't I? Just because I got sick, everybody gets sick. Well, okay, I got sick and I grabbed a little too much Adrena time. Is that really a crime? I gotta treat myself when I'm sick, don't I? Whatever happened to personal responsibility and surviving by one's own bootstraps? Surviving by one's own bootstraps. Oh, but you misappropriate one. Oh, this is also cool, because this is a saying, pulling yourself up by your bootstraps. The origin of that saying, that's not the same saying as the one over here, though. But the origin of that saying is actually to show that it is impossible for you to pull yourself up by your own bootstraps, and the saying was a criticism of that attitude that they wanted workers to pull themselves up by their own bootstraps. It has been heavily co-opted though, and so now it's got the opposite meaning. A little, yeah. It's just the way it's used now. It's not the original term. Or the original way. But you misappropriate one box of Adrena time and suddenly you're committing larceny. Larceny? Isn't that the thing where you set fire to things? Oh my god. Well, I guess we have maybe an in onto the, ooh, I can steal this poster. Terror on Monarch. Monarch is the name of a planet? Sure. I don't know what that poster is for. Probably for selling, but...
Something you need?
Nope. Not at the moment. Let's just explore back here a little bit. Okay, maybe I should talk to Stefan and tell him that the Marauders might have killed her or something. Did I come here? I did. Okay, so we explored everything already. Good. I don't remember going over there, though, because I was sort of going the other way around.
Something I can help you with?
Yeah. I have some questions about Zoe.
I'll help if I can.
And that's about that. Let's see what this does. Oh, that's great. That's great. That is fantastic. I love it. So that's, yeah, we have Zoe. Let's look at our journal and try to find where she is. Let's see. Abernathy, a few kindred. Grace Romero. That's the one. Okay. So I need to find Zoe. One of Zoe's journal entries revealed that she secretly planned to run away and join the Marauder camp to the east. He didn't say that. And I have hiccups. Again. So it's to the east, which means it's that way. And we can go and try to rescue her. We are, however, out of time for the day. So we're going to have to try to rescue her. Hey, I got news.
What is it?
Not news right now. Yeah, we'll try to try and rescue her in the next episode. So for right now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been The Outer Worlds. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment. Like the video if you want to see the next episode come out sooner rather than later. But above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.